Today we are going to explore the locators of automation testing tools. So first things first, what is a locator? Locator is used to find the web element from the web page, and you can see these are the locators which we will commonly use in automation scripting, and each locator has its own importance. Let us discuss it in more detail. Before moving on to locators, we need to know what is DOM. It is document object model, and we can open it in two ways. We can right click on the web element and click on inspect, or we can press the keys Ctrl plus Shift plus I. Let me show you the thing. So I want to write down the locator for this email input field. So what I will do, I will right click and inspect. So this is document object model, where we can find the HTML properties of whole web page, and I am finding the HTML properties of this input field. So you can see here it is. This is when I am hovering my mouse to this HTML, automatically this input field is getting displayed. So this is pretty much about document object model. So we are going to use the famous web applications, which is Facebook and Amazon, and I have noted down some of the requirements for our automation scripting. Let us discuss about the Facebook requirements. I have a requirement of entering the email, password, and then I need to click on login button. After that, I also need to click on the forgotten password link. As you can see, I need to enter something here, email and password here, and I need to click on login button. Yeah, you can see it has navigated to this page, and it is saying the password that you have entered is incorrect. So we need to perform this test scenario in our automation. We use Eclipse to write down the automation script, and this is Selenium. We are using Selenium tool for automating it. Okay, so let's move forward. So we are going to discuss about ID, name, and link test locators. I have provided some examples here which I am going to show you on my screen. So first thing, I need to enter the email ID, then I need to enter the password, and then I need to click on login button. How can I do that? I can do that by using locators, because locators are used to find the web element. This is web page, and everything in the web page is web element. This is and this one is as well. So let me just inspect the web element of email. As you can see, it is highlighting. I can use ID locator. So I am copying it. To validate, you can also paste it here. Okay. So let me just move back to Eclipse. I'm giving the heading. So driver dot we have find element to find the web element, and what we are using here, we are using ID. In ID we will give it as email, because you see for ID attribute the value is email, and then we need to enter something in that input field. What we will do, we will use send keys. So we have successfully wrote down the First step, entering the email, and then driver dot find element by dot. So we need to find the element of password. Let us inspect on that, and you can see it is getting highlighted. Here we have ID and also we have the name. So we already use ID, so let us use name this time, which is pass. So here I am writing name. So everything is auto suggestive when you type something. Selenium and this ID Eclipse will auto suggest us to select. So I am using the name locator here. So here you need to give that value, because for name attribute it has value pass. And no send keys, 1 2 3, and no, we need to click on the login button. Inspect. What we can do, we can use name, right? We can also use ID, but name is more with more clarity. It is directly giving us the value of login. So I am using same name. Let me copy this. So here writing login, and instead of send keys we need to click on that button, right? So we will use click functionality here. So this is pretty much, and these two steps are nothing but we need to browse the URL in browser. We will use driver.get, and this is nothing but to maximize the window in full screen. So let us run this script, and it will navigate to Facebook page, and there it will enter the email, password, and then it will click on login button. You see how fast it is. I think there is already a email here, that's the reason it is not showing. So let me just change something, and now execute. I'm closing this browser. So we want that text, right? Incorrect password and all. You see it is showing this. So we have performed this. Enter the email, enter the password, and also click on login button by using the locators ID name, right? So we will discuss about link text in our coming slide, and you can also see we wrote this script successfully. Let's discuss about the link text now. So I hope you are clear with the locator ID and name, right? So I am commenting out this. If you want to comment the single line, you can use double slash, and if you want to comment the group of lines, you can use single slash and the star, like this. So it got commented. So now let's use link text locator. So what is link text? First thing, so link text is nothing but the text which is enclosed with the link. So this forgotten password is the text, but when I mouse over to it, it is showing me as a link. So for these kind of text we can use link text locator. So let me show you. Driver dot find element by dot link text, so it will automatically suggest us. So I'm selecting it, and there you need to write the text forgotten password dot click. So what it will do now, it will navigate to Facebook page and it will click on forgotten password. Let us execute this script. So it successfully browsed the Facebook, and now it will click on the link text forgotten password. So there is some kind of error. Let us figure it out. What is that? Okay, so I need to give the correct value. Let me inspect and let me paste this from here. I think I maybe enter something wrong. No, it is. I'm closing the previous automation browsers. I'm executing it, and now you can see it will click on that forgotten password. You see, it got clicked, and you can also see the page as forgotten password. So this is pretty much about the Facebook requirements which we had in our PPT. So we have performed all these requirements, right? So we have performed it using the ID, name, link text locators, but we also do have locators called CSS and XPath. So let us perform the same Facebook requirements using CSS locator, because it is the most relevant locator, and in every organization people will use CSS and XPath instead of using the ID and name, because these are always relevant. So let me comment this out. I'm writing it using CSS locators. So same Facebook we are going to automate. So I need to click on email and enter email here, and then enter password here, and then I need to click on this login, right? So for CSS we have some tips. If it is ID, then we can give that hash and ID value. If it is class, then we can give dot, then class value. And this is our customized CSS tag name attribute equal to value. So we are going to discuss these in our current automation scripting. So first thing, I am inspecting the email input field. Here I have ID, right? So what I can do, I can directly keep hash email. You see, it got highlighted. So we also saw it in our PPT. So we can use hash if it is an ID. So let me just write it down. Driver dot find element by dot css selector. You see, and here I will write email dot send case. We have successfully wrote the CSS selector using id. For id we will give hash and that id value. Next thing is we need to write it by using class. Okay, so let me just navigate here and inspect the element of password. You see we do have class here. Copy it and paste it here. In when you click on Ctrl F, this will get open. You can see find by string selector or XPath. This is important because what we are writing, correct or incorrect, we can validate it from here. So we are going to write the CSS selector for class, and we do have a shortcut. If it is a class, we can give dot class name, right? So you see it is highlighting, but this class name has spaces. We need to remove the spaces and fill it with the dots in order to achieve the CSS with this class dot class technique. So you see, so what I did is there were spaces in this class, so I removed the places and added with the dots here, and starting we need to add the dot for compulsion. Driver dot find element by dot css dot send case, and now we are going to see the customized CSS, which is tag name attribute equal to value. So we are going to use that for login button. So let's inspect the login button, and you see what I can use. Let me use this. Here the tag name is button, so I will write button. So attribute is name and value is login. See, it is getting highlighted. So this is the syntax for writing our own CSS, customized CSS. Tag name and attribute, which is name, and value is login, and we need to write the value in single quote. So let us copy and driver dot find element by dot css, then copy that, and then we need to perform click action. So what we did previously with the help of id and name locator, now we are doing the same thing by using CSS locators. So let me just execute this script. Now it will navigate to Facebook and it will enter login button. So there may be some IDs which are for real, but when you click something and click on login button, it will navigate us to the password not match page, right? So that's pretty much about the CSS locators and name ID locators. So I hope you got this. Next is the XPath. We can write the XPath in these three syntaxes. It is pretty much relatable to CSS, but in CSS we don't have this slash and this at the rate, and then everything is same, you can see. So let us do this for the Amazon. I hope we do have a requirement, right? Type the product name and click on search button for Amazon. Okay, so we will perform that. Let me just browse Amazon.in. You see, no, I need to search something here and I need to click on search. I am closing this window because this is automation browser. Let us do it on our own browser. Amazon.in. I need to inspect first. So what is the syntax of XPath here? It is nothing but slash slash tag name at the rate attribute equal to value. So at tag name is input here, and we can use ID as an attribute. Okay, so click on Control F. So you also validate that writing the XPath is correct or not in this. What we will do, slash slash input at the rate ID equal to value. You see, it is highlighting. So Control A, Control C. Let me just create a new class for Amazon. So create a new class here, and in order to browse the URL driver.get, you need to write some things here. So let me just copy, and here I am giving the URL of Amazon. And here I am using XPath for searching the product in Amazon. Just writing the heading for more clarification. So I can use this XPath, right? Driver dot find element by dot XPath, and then I am sending the keys for iPhone 14. And now I need to click on the search icon, so I need to write the XPath for that too. So we can use regular expression XPath if you feel like the values are big. Let me just show you the syntax for that. So this is tag name at the rate attribute value. So here we are including contains and format is different. So let me write that. So same, it is tag name input contains at the rate attribute. What is the attribute? So attribute is ID. I am writing it as ID, comma, then we need to write the value, right? So let me just write the value of that attribute. So this is big, right? We can directly write down submit button. You see, this is the advantage of using regular expression in XPath. So we don't need to write each and everything. We can give the partial text here, like I only give submit button. I never wrote this nav search and everything. I only give submit button. So this is the advantage of using XPath with regular expressions. So driver.find element by .xpath, paste that, and we have click functionality. So we successfully wrote. Let us execute this. It will navigate to Amazon page, search the iPhone 14. It will enter iPhone 14 there, and it will click on the search icon. You see, then it will list down all the iPhone 14 mobiles. So this is pretty much about the experts. So only thing is you need to practice, and if you learn these syntaxes, there is an advantage. We don't need to depend on the tools which can generate us the experts and CSS, because at some point of time it will not work. It's always better to depend on our own CSS locators and expert locators which we write by using these syntaxes. So this is pretty much about the locators of automation tools, and these locators can be used in different types of automation testing tools like Selenium and Cypress, Playwright. So only thing is you need to learn the syntaxes. Those are pretty much easy. So feel free to contact me at this email if there is any doubt. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.